Hi, good day guys, and welcome back. So today what we're going to be looking at group policy, and as per usual we are operating through a virtual machine. All right, we have Windows Server installed. All right, this is Michael, and
Kyle here.
all right, and today we're going to take you through how you set up a group policy. All right, so to begin with, you're going to open up the the user profile where we have all the users located, and that's within the server manager. We're hitting on tools, and we're going on Active Directory users and computers. So basically, a group policy is a collection of group settings that defines what a system will look and how it will behave for a defined group of users. Right, so this is a server that we created previously, shopshoptesting.com, and we're gonna right click on the domain, sorry, and we're gonna click on new and organizational unit. All right, we're gonna name them front-end users. Right, so the example I'm gonna portray is that we have sales personnel at a front-end store. They actually have interactions with the customers, and having that interaction, we would want the PC to be at a certain setting, so they wouldn't be able to change the wallpaper, they wouldn't have access to control panel, stuff like that. We want to create. Right, so we're going to name this end users. All right, so we're going to create a specific group in a new user group. Right, and in this front end users, now we're going to create another organizational unit, and we're going to name it users. So within that front end users, also we're going to create one by the name of computer. So we're going to attack both, we're going to focus on both the computer and the user directly. Right, so within these users and computers, we can now have create user accounts. Right, so we're going to click on new, and we go on user. So here is now where we're creating whoever is at the front end. Let's say salesperson is, we're gonna go with Star Wars, Luke Skywalker. Right, remember the logon info has to be unique, so that would be L Skywalker. Right, click next. Password, we're gonna uncheck this, and just password never expires. Right, give it a password. Okay, so after creating a user, we're just gonna click finish. So what we did, we created a group now, and within this group we created one single user. It could have endless the number of users can be based on the organization or whatever it's being created for. Right, we're just going to close off this, and now we are going to the administrative tools, and we're looking for group policy management. Click and open up that. Right, so after this is open up now, you've noticed the forest that we did was chop shop testing. We're gonna click in on it. Alright, click on the domains. This is the domain and group policy. Notice this is the front end users that we just created in users. both users and computers. Right, so our objective here is to create a group policy and then link it to this front end group that we created. Right, if you notice on screen it has 2 default user, but we're going to add a new one, a new group policy object. We're gonna name it front end, just to make sure that we on the same page with everything. Click OK. Alright, so front end has been created now. Now we just have to edit it to what we want it to be. So we right click on front end, click edit, and it has both for computer configuration and user configuration. We're gonna click on the user configuration and policies. Alright, so it has a variety of configuration that we can set from administrative, Windows, and software. We're gonna go on administrative. Right, and from here now it is specific. If we want them to have access to certain things in the network, certain things in the control panel, right, a startup menu, we can actually tailor it to what we want them to have access to. Right, so example, we're just going to click on the desktop, and we can actually have them hide and disable, prohibit users from doing certain things, preventing them from adjusting or dragging and dropping. Right, it can go on and on. You can always play around with what settings you want for them to have. Right, my documents, you can have them remove the my documents. And how to activate this, you just go in and click in and click enable, click apply and OK. And that setting now, it has you remove my document icon from the desktop. Right, so we'll just go back a bit. We could go in control panel so that they wouldn't have access to control panel. We can hide it, prohibit access, click enable, apply, OK. So every feature you can tailor it to what you want it to do. Right, and after you satisfied with whatever policies that you want to implement based on your organizational demand, we could now link it. Right, we're just going to close off this window, and we will now have to go back on front end user and link an existing GPO group policy object to front end. So you have to link the previous folder that we created, which was the group of users, and we're linking it to that group policy that we just implemented. And we click OK, and it's linked, and ensure that it's enforced. So right, you're just clicking on it, this message will come up, management console, OK, and just make sure that it's enforced. Right, OK, yes, and that's it. The users that we created would now be under that group policy object. And that's pretty much in terms of creating a group policy. All the users that we created would now be subjected to whatever policies that we had implemented. Right, so thank you so much guys for staying with us to the end, and that's how we create a group policy and implement a group policy object for a group of users or computers. We will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.